how do you set up Entity Framework with SQL Server? So here what I have is I'm using a SQLite. So I really need this to be in SQL Server. So here, this is my local SQL Server. So you can see it's local. Currently, I just have the following databases. So what I want to do is I want to create a new database called school and add the following table to it, and also update some initial data which I have over here. Some of the first things we will do is look for the Entity Framework SQL Server. So I am on this website, NuGet packages. So this is how all the packages are managed in .NET, nuget.org, and you can search for SQL Server by using the search box over here. So Entity Framework Core and SQL Server. So the command that you need to use is this one. So I will simply click on this copy button under this tab over here, go on to File menu, click on to View, and then click onto the terminal, and I'm going to run that command I copied. So I'm going to just paste that command here. But before I do that, I need to change the folder to this console app, because if I run this here, you can see it'll come back with the error cannot find project. So I really need to be in this console1 folder. So what I'm going to do is just type in cd and change that over here to console1, and then I'm going to paste that command again, and this time it's going to install that, and it's finished installing. So then I can just close down the terminal and then back onto the web page. You can see how it's used. We're just going to scroll down here out of the usage section. We are going to copy this line over here. So I'm going to right click and copy, and then over here I can just comment out the previous line, which used SQLite, and paste in the SQL Server. Now my local DB is just school local, so I'm going to delete this bit over here, and the database I want is school DB, so I'm just going to copy that over here. Yes, it is trusted connection, so it's using Windows authentication. But as you can see here, I don't currently have any databases called school, so when I run this program, it should hopefully create that database if I run this over here. But it's just running the program. Now here, what you can see this error to say connection was successfully established with the server, but the error occurred during the login process. This is due to the certificate chain was issued is not trusted. Because you're running this locally on your own computer, there are no certificates that are trusted. So what you need to do is just modify the connection string over here and around an extra one here called trust server certificates, and set that to true. This is a security measure by Microsoft, and nothing wrong with the Entity Framework itself. This is just improved security. We know we trust our own computer and our own server, so we just kind of say yes, we're fine with that. And if I run this again, and there you go, I have output here of my students. And if I go over to my server and just click on the refresh button over here, and you can see there's now a database called school. And if I expand the school database and the tables, I should find a table called students. And if I select top 1000 rows, you can see that I've got the data that I wanted over here and the columns created here. And you can see the type of column. So that's an integer, varchar, max, and integer here. So that's how you swap by from a SQLite database to use a SQL Server. As I say, just a change of connection. And that's all that's needed. You're up and running with SQL Server very quickly. This is the code first approach, which is there was no database created at the beginning. So all the database creation was actually done by Entity Framework based on the student class we defined and the database name we used here.